welcome or welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. My name is Liz. I'll be guiding you on this journey today. This is a reading for Scorpio, wherever Scorpio is in your chart. I don't really have like a plan for the spread. We're just taking whatever cards come out. Unless it's like half the deck. I mean, you know, we're trying to be reasonable. Okay. Of course, and as always, I would love it if you subscribed to my channel if you haven't done so already. Either way, thank you so much for being here. All right, for Scorpio, we have the Three of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, two cards that basically do speak to like collaboration. We have the Ace of Swords, the World, Page of Swords. Interesting that we go from the Ace of Swords to the Page of Swords, which is also pretty much the same-ish energy. Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, Seven of Swords, the Emperor, the Fool. Okay. I don't know if we'll get to the bottom of the deck, but we'll see. It is interesting, though, how we have, I kind of want to do this maybe, though. We have these two cards that speak about collaboration. And then we have these three cards where two of them are basically kind of ish, the same-ish. Let me make sure that everything is like in frame though, because I can't see the camera. Okay. Okay, yeah, you can see that. You know what's also interesting too, I just want to say it out loud so I don't forget, basically, is that, you know, in this Ace of Swords over here, right, we have all of this action going on. It looks like a tree to me, but just by the illustration, right, it's supposed to be their hair, and it's just kind of giving unorganized thoughts. And then like in the Page of Swords, we can see that their hair is a little bit more tamed. I mean, not all the way, but it's at least not, you know, kind of sticking out in all of the directions. So to me, it seems like there's on the mental plane, almost like focusing your thoughts instead of, you know, like brainstorming and having all of these different branches, all of these different avenues, possibilities, whatever, right? It's like, again, either organizing your thoughts, focusing your thoughts, taking one thing at a time, maybe even like writing them down, maybe talking about them out loud. I mean, I don't know, right? But like I said, I just wanted to say that out loud before I forgot. But let's obviously start with the Three of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups. Like I said, right? Like the Three of Pentacles is about collaboration. Pentacles have to do with our money, how we get it, how we save it, how we spend it. It's our time. Where are we investing our time, our physical energy too? Like where are we physically showing up in the world? Also, our physical body and our health. And, you know, how are we going about taking care of these vessels that we're occupying in this life, right? Also, I see like the Three of Pentacles as being like a group project, but everybody actually does their part. Maybe you've been lucky enough to be in one of those type of group projects. I never was, like when I was in school. But, right, there's like one common goal. Everybody has their piece, their part. And everybody also does their part to reach that goal. What's also interesting too, this is actually really pretty wild. You know, these hands, whether this is two people or three, I mean, there's usually three people in the Three of Pentacles. Of course, there doesn't have to be three people. It could be more. It could also be less. But they're grabbing onto this rope here. But in the Knight of Cups, he's pulling the rope of this sail on his own. That's the message with this Knight of Cups, specifically in this deck. So we can see back here, hopefully, that, there's waves. They're clearly on a boat here. And he's focused on the task in front of him, focusing his emotion, his attention, his energy on this one task. Let me just read you like what the book says, because an active force of emotion. In this card, we see the knight as a sailor, hoisting the sails, taking control and actively directing the ship. His focus allows him to constructively channel his emotions into navigating the ship successfully through turbulent waters. The Knight of Cups can represent the active force of emotions or an actual individual with the qualities of the knight. Which, this is the only water card that's out here, right? I mean, Scorpio is, as you know, a water sign. The person can be sensitive and temperamental. It can be someone who is aware of his or her feelings, a true empath who can easily identify with the moods and emotions of others. However, just like he's seen here pulling the ropes to control the ship, the Knight of Cups can and will pull the strings of the heart. Should this card present itself to you, it can also signal the need to start acting on your feelings to embody the qualities of the Knight of Cups. Let me just see what the Three of Pentacles says. The artwork for this card is self-explanatory. Three hands work together to pull the rope in a seeming game of tug of war. Each individual is strong on their own, but together they are much more likely to overcome the forces against them. The essence of the Three of Pentacles is teamwork and the idea that together everyone achieves more. If this card appears in the layout of your spread, expect to be placed in a situation where you will have to work together with others to achieve your goals. Now is not the time to go it alone. While that may work, sometimes the situation better calls for a team effort. Isn't that interesting? Isn't it? I mean, I think it is. It's like there's two different directions that this can go in, and of course it would depend on your situation, right? You could be like this group effort could be preventing you from like really shining, right? Like it could be holding you back in some capacity. And maybe that is emotionally, right? Like maybe you don't want to step on anybody's toes. You feel guilty, you feel whatever, right? And you don't really want to cross that line or overstep those boundaries, right? But it's like also like, you could do it on your own, right? Like you have the skill, you have the emotional capacity, you have the understanding, right? Like this probably isn't your first rodeo. Like you could probably do it on your own. And maybe you should. Especially too, because I feel like down here, like this is very individual down here. Or of course, the other way that it could go is that if you have been trying to go it alone and not getting anywhere, then this would be saying collaboration would be a good thing. Work with others. Almost, like find people who are, like their goals are in alignment with your goals. I have to read like from the book for the Ace of Swords and the Page of Swords too, because honestly, I feel like it's too perfect and I don't really feel like I would be able to do it justice. So for the Ace of Swords, it says, that speaks to mental force. It is a seed of the mind. Its roots are strong, connecting to all aspects of life, home, family, work, and love. These experiences weave connections and diversions into our lives and create pathways to different patterns of thought. The woman in the card is holding the sword of truth. She grips it, poised to cut through and dispel any adversity and confusion that might hold her back. When the Ace of Swords appears in a reading, it bids you to use your intellect to apply logic and reason. Perhaps a new opportunity to shine is coming your way, something that will require a focused mind. If there are any issues that have been giving you trouble, attempt to look at the situation objectively. Now is a time for clarity of mind, and anything that was once obscured will soon become sharp and evident. Remember, like when I was saying at the beginning, how like this feels just less focused, like very hamster wheel is like always how that comes to me, you know, when it's just, again, like there's a lot of different thoughts going on. Like I feel like that's also what creates anxiety and stress too, because, you know, if we try to start strategizing or, you know, trying to think of all these possibilities, then it just kind of like it gets overwhelming. And like I said, I feel like it also just creates stress and anxiety and confusion. So I love that it even mentions, you know, like holding the sword of truth here, ready to cut through any confusion, any anxiety. It's almost kind of like to like let go of the thoughts that just really don't make sense. And of course, too, like it was talking about if this situation is like bringing up some old shit for you, or if it is just an older situation or something that you've been in for a while, there is the energy is available for you to perceive it differently, or even to like learn the lesson from it. Especially, you know, the Three of Pentacles was talking about tug of war, which, you know, right, has this like back and forth thing to it. Not to mention, I mean, like the key to success with the tug of war is everybody working together. They pull at the same time, right? But then this Knight of Cups, focusing their emotional energy into whatever this is, I really do like halfway think that it's like breaking away though. Because I honestly, like I keep getting this feeling every time I look at this Knight of Cups that like you could do this on your own. Whatever the Three of Pentacles is. Like if it is work, if it is, I don't know, whatever it is, right? Like there's something here that you have the capacity, the knowledge, the everything that you would need to effectively do this on your own. It's literally just a matter of like seeing that within yourself, deciding to do that. The World card here, this is the end of a cycle. This is literally recognizing that you have gotten everything that you needed out of the situation that you've been in. It's the end of the Fool's journey, right? So we start at the Fool, we end with the World card. You know, we go through all the ups and downs, all of the lessons, all of the release, the acceptance, the, you know, learning about yourself, whatever, right? And at the World card, it's, you know, there's a sense of harmony there. There's a sense of acceptance, but also the energy of like having to let go of something. In this card specifically, we have this baby in a womb, right? There's this eye that's been watching it. I always like think of those old Macy's commercials, which this may be aging me, but you know, when the lady is like standing at the door, like open, 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 right? Which as like a retail worker, that would have pissed me off. Like, bro, you fucking kidding me? Like, no, there's 5 minutes. Anyway, incubation, you know, it is still in the womb though here, right? So, there's something brewing here. This could even be like something that you have kept an eye on. Maybe it's something that you keep going back to, too, right? Like an interest that you have, a job, a field of study, a career, an actual like organization that you believe in. I don't know, like just something to where for a while you've literally just like kept your eye on it, and maybe not even like sharing with other people. But at the same time, like maybe it does create some level of inspiration within you to where just the thought of it kind of gets the juices flowing, like the wheels turning and all of that. Because we have the Page of Swords over here, and I wanted to read about that too, because listen to what it says. The Page of Swords is all about the search for knowledge and truth. She is the avid seeker who has just reached the point of epiphany and awe in the presence of pure knowledge, as depicted by the sphere of light. She represents a childlike state of the element of air. Therefore, even though we see the discovery of the wisdom or the realization of its presence, the page is not yet able to process its full meaning. She is but a child with a keen intellect and strong will. Since the pages in general possess this childlike energy, she is tireless and enthusiastic, essential qualities that most often work in her favor. In general, pages are the suit messengers. They are the ones who signal the challenges to come. Since we're dealing with the suit of swords, the mind, we can assume that the issues that arise will be more intellectual nature. The messages she forebodes will not always be easy to confront. However, they always represent opportunities where one can apply the characteristics of the page to the matter at hand. The presence of the page urges you to embrace her qualities. Be relentless in your search for wisdom and truth. Use all of your mental acuity to pierce through the fog of the mind and move decisively towards your goal. Rely on your wits, your acumen, to seek and discover the root of the problem, which is interesting because the Ace of Swords was talking about a seed being planted and secure roots, right? The energy of the page is straightforward and direct. She doesn't beat around the bush in her progress. There's really like this aha energy here, like really being able to see either something about yourself, something about a situation, even how you work or collaborate with other people. It doesn't have to be like work related. It could be, your friends, your family, your, whatever. Children. At the bottom of the deck, we had the Two of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ten of Swords. So yeah, I feel like there are changes on the horizon here. Something about how you work with your own energy, how you work with the energy of others. Also, like how that lives in your mind, the stories that you have attached to it, the beliefs that you have attached to it, maybe, like venturing off or even just, like I said, I think before, interest in a different field of study. Also, they're right at the beginning here of the maze. And this is like the maze of the mind. Right? They do have this book down here. It's like truly like the navigating what you're going to be navigating. It is really relying on what you know to be true, whether about yourself, about the situations that you've been in, and how those transfer to other situations. People really are the same for the most part. It's just different circumstances and experiences, right? But like feelings and how they express themselves for the most part are pretty much the same. That's how we have like mental health diagnoses and stuff, right? Like everybody has their own experience that they've gone through. But the expression of that and what it kind of turns into is the same. And I'm basically just saying that like there's transferable skills here. Again, like use what you have learned will be learning, because certainly you're not, done yet, right? Like with the page here. But it is being open to receiving more information, more knowledge, more intellect. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for allowing me to read your cards. I will talk to you soon. Bye.